Good morning, Julie. Joe Flowers over here at Jack G and Volvo. I got your email this morning. Thank you for letting me know. Can't imagine what you're going through, so I do completely understand, and I'm very sorry to hear what you're going through. I can't even imagine what that's like. I want to make sure that during your vehicle shopping, whether you decide to pick it up 6 months or a year from now or a month from now, whatever the case is, I want to make sure that everything's kind of done at your pace, especially here at G and Volvo. I can't control other dealerships, but I think with that, I also kind of want to make sure that we stay at the forefront of your mind. So I'm the new guy here, but I do have some experience, and like I said, I want to make sure we're doing right by you. So I figured I'd send you a quick video tour of the terrain. I picked the SLT. The SLT is kind of right there in the middle in terms of what features are offered in the terrain lineup. Is between the SLE, that's the a nicely equipped cloth model and has a lot of great bells and whistles and safety features, and of course the Denali, which is the creme de creme of the GMC lineup that has everything, and is pretty customizable in terms of equipment you can have on that, whether it be moon roofs or no moon roofs. And to a certain extent, the SLT is the same way. But I figured this one's right in the middle. So what I want to do is I just want to send you a nice little informative kind of video tour to showcase the terrain. You watch it at your own time. And like I said, this isn't to entice you to drop everything, come down today or next week. This is just so that it's in your inbox and you can reference it while you're shopping. And if it does turn out to be a vehicle that you're interested in checking out, I know you'll be passing probably a couple of GMC stores between Hanover and here. I want to make sure we're making it worth your while to show you that we do want to make sure that you have an exceptional experience with us, and make us your GMC store and the place you want to come to service your car. So anyway, so I'm going to give you a little tour here. I hopefully you enjoy it and learn a little something about the terrain, and if it's the car you want to own or not. So I look forward to speaking with you in the future, and if anything ever comes up, certainly don't hesitate to reach out to me. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to take a little walk around here to kind of show you the car from a couple different angles. It's a 5-passenger vehicle, but from the outside, the terrain doesn't look big. GM did somehow, sorry if I'm a little shaky here walking around, GM somehow managed to outrun the laws of geometry with this. It's a small package on the outside, but inside is really spacious and really comfortable. I'm 6'8" and I can drive it comfortably. Now we're up front here, just a couple things you'll notice. Obviously GM loves their chrome, from the bold grille with the chrome trim to the window trim and the roof rails. Your headlights are LEDs. You also have, you'll notice the C-shaped LED daytime running lights, and on the SLTs and Denali's, the LED fog lights. That just makes the car really visible for other people during the day. I'm going to go ahead and open up the hood here. Not going to pretend to be an engine expert with this. The Terrain comes in 2 different motor configurations. It comes in the 1.5 liter turbo, which is would equate to like a 4-cylinder motor, and the 2-liter turbo, which would equate to a V6. Both have great acceleration, in terms of that very well-mannered acceleration. Great on gas. People hear turbo and they think they're designed for speed in some of those older turbo vehicles, but in this case, yes, it gets up and goes when you need it to, but it more sips the gas, which is really nice. Moving along here, these are comprised of high tensile steel frames. Very structural rigidity, gives you better handling, as well as obviously a safer passenger compartment. In terms of sound quality, something I do want to talk about while we're up here is the glass. You do have acoustically laminated glass on the trains in every level, from the SLE up to the Terrain, to drown out some of that wind noise when you're driving on the highway. You have triple sealed doors. That's going to eliminate a lot of the wind noise that you hear, especially as the car gets older. when you're traveling at the higher speeds, if you've ever been in some older cars that you get the wind noise in your ear, that's designed to eliminate that. And you have a system called active noise cancellation that's actually designed and engineered by Bose to drown out road noise. So all in all, gives you a library quiet interior. You'll never ever hear a salesman talking about tires unless you're in a GM store and they're doing it right. These are TPC rated tires, so that is the difference between a custom tailored suit and a suit off the rack. These tires are designed for the terrain. They age better, so you can get more miles on them. They wear more evenly, and they're designed to be more quiet. So a lot of stuff to give you a nice quiet ride and seal out the outside world. Now, I'm going to take the keys out of my pocket here for the tailgate, and I'm going to give you a little close-up of the keys here. You will notice the SLTs and the Denali's, they have the power tailgate. Some of them have the foot-activated tailgate as well. In the back, you have a plethora of storage space, which is really, really nice. Underneath here, I'm going to kind of zoom in. You do have a little bit of storage underneath the floor here. And you'll notice these handles on the side. When you need more space, you are able to just pull a handle, and that's going to give you that flat surface all the way up to the front seat. Now, I mentioned the flat surface there. Something I want to show you. I'm going to slide this seat back some. This does have 75% power on the passenger seat, but you'll notice that there's no button for the back of the seat. You have the lumbar for the back of the seat. However, this has the handle, and here's why. If I pull this handle, and I'm gonna get a little squirrely there, your front seat actually folds flat. So if you're going to Home Depot or you're doing anything where you're getting something long, you have a flat surface all the way up to the dash. For the ladders, whatever the case is, it just gives you really versatile cargo. And I'm gonna put this seat back up. I'm gonna set the phone down here for a moment. And I'm back. I'm also gonna lift up this seat and talk a little bit about the back seats here. So, obviously as a driver, you're not gonna be spending a whole lot of time back here, but as far as back seats go, the Terrain does have my favorite back seats, because you'll notice on the back seats, even though it's a bench, it's designed and contoured like bucket seats. So that means the back seats are just as comfortable as the front. And your passengers in the back have the vents, enough charging ports. In fact, I'm going to open this guy up here. If I tuck it down here, obviously an actual power outlet. You don't see those in the vehicles this size. Normally see those in the big SUVs and the vans. But GM's kind of thought of everything with this. Moving over here, I love this, the small things. You do have the capless fuel filler, so if you're stopping for gas and getting a snack, you don't have to worry about your fingers smelling like gas. Also want to talk a little bit about safety. I'm going to try to get the camera here. You'll notice this funky thing up here in the top of the windshield. That's the car's eyeball. So every Terrain is going to be equipped with a feature called Lane Keep Assist, so that when you're driving on the highway, if it detects you going over a lane, it's going to alert, or a line, it's going to alert you and guide you back to the center lane. It's also watching what's going on in front of you. So in the event you have a car slam on their brakes and you're not paying attention at that very moment, it's going to alert you to brake. And if you don't, it's also going to apply brake force on its own to either avoid or minimize a collision, which is really nice. Now, with most Terrains, not all Terrains, but most Terrains, especially in the SLTs and the SLEs, moving back down here to the key, you'll notice here, this little guy here. You also have the remote start. Clearly I left the door cracked open because it doesn't seem, or I'm starting the wrong car. Let's look at the other pocket. There we go. So this is a terrain key. So, there we go. So the car's running. So for a lot of people, they love the fact that their motor is going to be warmed up. It's going to idle down so that in the winter, it's ready to drive when you go out to the driveway. Obviously, if you park in the garage, you don't have to worry about that. But coming out of work or whatever the case is in the winter is nice. But it's also changing the climate control on the inside. If the temperature outside is above 45 degrees, it's automatically turning on your fan to a comfortable setting, so the interior is going to be comfortable when you get in. In the winter, if your temperature outside is below 45 degrees, it's going to do a few things. It's going to turn on your front defrost, which is going to defrost your front windows as well as your windshield. It's going to turn on your heated seats in models that are equipped with the heated seats, which is most of them, as well as your heated steering wheel, which is most terrains have that feature. So the interior of the car is going to be really comfortable when you climb in. Speaking of climbing in, we're going to do that now. All right, so I'm inside the car. I'm just going to pan it around here a little bit. And we'll tell you a little bit about what you're seeing. I'm going to start it with my push button. All right, so the first thing I want to point out is happening down here. So you'll notice there's no shift knob. You have the electric precision shift. This actually works really well. Some nice things that when the time comes, I'll show you in terms of safety that a lot of people don't think of and don't even think of the benefit that it offers. But it is something I'd want to show you in person. But pretty simple. You have the park. You have reverse, neutral, and drive, right? So that's going to free up a little bit of space for storage underneath there. And again, when I get a chance to show you, that is a feature that you're going to end up loving. If I look down here, you of course have the heated seats down here. You have your hill descent control. If you're going down a mountain road up there in Hanover, I know you have, or I guess over there in Hanover, you don't have a lot of mountains, but if you are traveling and do come across those, this is gonna save your brake life. It's gonna actually control the transmission a little bit, downshifting to prevent you having to ride the brakes. This is also where you can turn on and off your lane keep assist. You'll notice the knob here to switch between the two-wheel drive and the four-wheel drive, as well as if you're doing some off-roading, be able to set that so that it's giving you optimum traction. Just gonna switch this back to two-wheel drive. All right, now up top here you have dual zone climate control, so anybody in the car can have their own temperature. You can also synchronize it together, so if you change one, it changes them both. The elephant in the room in any car right now is always the touch screen. You're seeing more and more, which is really nice. I love the fact that they still give you the buttons to do the little things like control the radio, so you're not taking your eyes off the road. But with this, it does a lot of stuff. You have your, I'm gonna call them apps. You have your radio app, which is gonna be your AM, FM, XM satellite radio, right? You have your Bluetooth. So that's gonna allow you to make and receive calls. But they've taken it a step further. You're gonna notice these two icons down here, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Depending on what phone you have, you're gonna benefit from those. So for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which I have to say is wireless now. You don't even have to plug in your phone. When you pair your phone up, that's gonna allow you to not only make and receive the calls, that's gonna turn this touchscreen into your phone. You're gonna be able to send and receive text messages using your voice. You're able to, if you wanna use your phone's navigation, like for example, this SLT does not have the built-in navigation. Well, that's no worries, because you're gonna be able to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, where it's basically using your phone's navigation and looks just like having the built-in, and you're controlling it from the steering wheel and from here setting destinations with your voice or using the touch screen. And some of your other favorite apps, might be on there. Obviously, they're smart with the ones they use it for. They don't allow you to browse social media or anything like that. But there are a lot of apps like Waze, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music. All the music apps are typically compatible with that also. So you have your music right there at the tip of your fingers. Something I also want to point out while we're looking at the touchscreen is that's also where your backup camera is going to appear. Something nice is it's big, it's clear, right? It's got the nice guidelines that show you how wide the car is if you're parallel parking or backing into a spot. And that's from the edge of the mirror to the edge of the mirror. And it also shows you where you're going when you're backing up. It shows you the course the wheels are on. So you have a lot of great features in every single terrain. I mentioned they like their chrome. Inside here, it's not chrome, it's a aluminum, but when the time comes and you decide to check this out, one thing I always would tell people to do is touch it. You'll notice it's cool to the touch because in the GMC, as opposed to like a Chevy Equinox or a vehicle is a little more economical, they actually use real aluminum instead of plastic. Even the stitching is live stitching, where you see wood. That is real wood. Very few plastics used in this, so you just get a little more nicer fit and finish, a little better craftsmanship. So again, Julie, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little lengthy. There's a lot to talk about with the terrain, and hopefully someday I get a chance to show you one in person. I think you'll like it. There's not a whole lot to not like. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. With the exception of Tuesdays, I'm always here. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. And sorry for you're going through what you're going through. And obviously that void will never change. I've lost loved ones, and I know the pain softens, but it's always going to be there. We just have to learn to live with that void. So obviously I wish you the best of luck with that, and I'm very sorry you're going through what you're going through. And we want to be here for you, at least with if nothing else, with your automotive needs, to make sure that aspect of your life is a little easier. So thanks again, Julie, and I look forward to working with you in the future.